I swear to God, I felt its legs crawl up my skin. I don't know if I'll ever sleep the same way again. It's like my brain's broken, constantly replaying that moment. The sensation of something cold and wiry creeping across my leg, over and over, no matter how many times I try to tell myself it was just my imagination. Let me set the scene for you. It started like any other morning. My wife and kids were up early, making noise like usual. But then, I hear my youngest, Anna, screaming from the other room. Not just a whiny scream, but one of pure terror. That kind of scream that immediately sends a spike of panic through your chest. I bolted from the bedroom, almost tripping over my own feet. My wife was already there, standing in the doorway, looking like she was about to pass out. Dad, there's a spider on my bed. It's huge. Anna was practically climbing up the wall in fear. The two older ones were already standing outside the room, wide-eyed. At first, I didn't get it. I mean, we've had our fair share of creepy crawlies in this old house, but nothing that could justify this kind of meltdown. So, I gave them that look, the one that says, "Really? A spider? Get it together." You know, the dad look. I tell them to step aside, grab my flashlight, and march into the room, determined to prove that I'm the brave one, that I'm the hero who's not afraid of some little bug. The bed was a mess, covered in blankets, toys, and clothes from a late-night movie marathon. I could tell the kids hadn't bothered making the bed, so it was a maze of tangled fabric, but no spider. No big hairy monster with glowing eyes or sharp fangs. I felt that brief moment of relief, thinking they just overreacted. But then I heard it, a scratching sound. It was faint, but unmistakable. I lifted the corner of the blanket, shining my flashlight across the bed. Nothing. Maybe they were right, and it had crawled off to hide somewhere else. I pulled at the sheet like I was searching for a hidden stash of cash, trying to be thorough, and that's when it happened. Out of nowhere, something launched off the bed and hit me right in the leg. I froze. There was this split second of confusion, a kind of stunned disbelief. My brain couldn't process what had just happened. My hand was still gripping the sheet, and I was waiting. I swear I felt something cold and wiry brush against my skin, and that's when panic took over. I started jumping, twirling, flailing like I was some kind of disaster on a dance floor. My feet moved faster than my brain could keep up with, and I could hear my kids screaming from the doorway, laughing at my complete meltdown. But I didn't care. The thing was still on me. I could feel it, crawling. Was it on my leg? My chest? My face? I couldn't tell. My body just reacted, throwing itself in every direction as if I could physically shake it off. It wasn't until I stopped, gasping for air, heart racing, drenched in sweat, that I realized there was no creature, no spider, just a single, lone piece of blueberry cereal, stuck to my leg. I can't even explain it. I carefully inspected my leg, and there it was, still stuck to me, as innocent as can be. Just a single, deflated piece of cereal that must have gotten caught up in the bed sheets somehow. But for those few terrifying seconds, I was sure it was a spider. A huge, hairy, evil spider that was just playing with me. I peeled the cereal off, feeling like a total idiot. My kids were still laughing hysterically, unable to catch their breath from the sight of me dancing like a fool. So I had to laugh too. But deep down, something in me shifted. The fear lingered. That feeling, that cold, prickling sensation like something was still on my skin. I haven't been able to sleep right since. Every time I pull the covers up, I check the bed, the corners, the ceiling, the walls. I scan every shadow in the room. And I swear, every time I close my eyes, I can feel it. Those phantom legs crawling up my skin. I keep telling myself it was just a piece of cereal, but I can't shake the feeling. That moment when you're so sure something's there, when the fear takes hold of you, and nothing can make it go away. Even if it wasn't real, the terror was. And that's the part that lingers. So yeah, I'll probably never eat blueberry again. Not because it's a bad cereal, but because every time I see that little blue ghost on the box, I'll remember how close I came to losing my mind over it. And maybe, just maybe, I'll sleep with the lights on tonight. Just in case.